Welcome to Grammar Grade 10. I'm glad you're here. This is Unit 1, Lesson 4, and today we're going deeper into pronouns, those small words that stand in for nouns. We'll meet 4 kinds. Interrogative pronouns ask questions. Relative pronouns tie clauses to nouns. Demonstrative pronouns point things out. And indefinite pronouns name people and things in a general way. 4 jobs, 1 part of speech. Let's get started. Let's start with the interrogative pronoun. An interrogative pronoun forms a question. There are 5 main ones to know: who, whom, whose, which, and what. Look at this sentence. Who painted this mural on the wall? The word who is standing in for a person we don't yet know, the very answer the question is reaching for. That's the whole idea. An interrogative pronoun holds the place of the answer you're after until someone supplies it. Next comes the relative pronoun. A relative pronoun begins a special subject and verb word group called a subordinate clause, and it relates that clause back to a noun. The common ones are who, whom, whose, which, and that. Here's an example. The scientist who won the prize spoke first. The word who opens the clause who won the prize, and it links that whole clause back to the noun scientist, telling us which scientist we mean. So the relative pronoun is like a hinge, joining extra information to the noun it describes. Now, you may have noticed something. Several of these words appear on both lists. Who, whom, whose, and which can be interrogative or relative. So how do you tell them apart? Ask what the word is doing. In the first line, which do you prefer? The word which is asking a question, so it's interrogative. But in the second, the book which you lent me, the word which is not asking anything. It's tying a clause to the noun book, so it's relative. Same word, 2 different jobs, and the sentence tells you which job it's doing. Let's move to the demonstrative pronoun. A demonstrative pronoun points out a specific person, place, thing, or idea. There are just 4. This and that are singular. They point to one. These and those are plural. They point to more than one. And there's a sense of distance built in too. This and these point to what's near you, while that and those point to what's farther away. So a demonstrative pronoun always answers in a way, near or far, one or many, and then it points. Now the largest group, the indefinite pronoun. An indefinite pronoun refers to people or things in a general way, without naming exactly who or what. Think of words like everyone, somebody, anything, and nobody. And also all, both, each, few, many, several, and some. Here's one at work. Everyone enjoyed the concert last night. We don't know each person by name. The word everyone simply gathers them all up in a general way. That's what makes these pronouns indefinite. They leave the exact identity open. Here's the part that trips people up, so listen closely. Indefinite pronouns control whether the verb is singular or plural, and they fall into 3 camps. First, some are always singular. Each, everyone, somebody, nobody. We say each of the runners has a number, with the singular verb has. Second, some are always plural. Both, few, many, several. We say many of the seats were empty, with the plural verb were. And third, a handful depend on context. words like some, all, none, and any. These can be singular or plural depending on what they point to. Getting the verb to agree with the pronoun is the whole game. Let's boil it down into a quick check you can run on any pronoun. Step 1. Is it asking a question? Then it's interrogative. Step 2. Is it tying a clause to a noun? Then it's relative. Step 3. Is it pointing something out? This, that, these, those? Then it's demonstrative. And step 4. Does it name people or things in a general way? Then it's indefinite. And your last move is to check the verb, because agreement is where these pronouns get tested. Name the job, then make it agree. Ready to try a few together? In this first set, I'll show you a sentence with one pronoun highlighted, and you decide which kind it is. Pause the video and try each on your own before I reveal the answer. Whose is this umbrella by the door? The word whose is asking a question. It wants to know who the owner is. So this one is interrogative. The bridge that spans the river is old. Hear the word that isn't asking anything. It begins the clause that spans the river and ties it back to the noun bridge. So this one is relative. Those are the tickets for tonight. The word those is pointing to specific things. Those particular tickets over there. So this one is demonstrative. Now each sentence uses an indefinite pronoun as its subject. Decide whether that pronoun is singular or plural, so you know which verb agrees. Pause and try each before I answer. Everyone in the choir, blank, ready. The pronoun is everyone, and everyone is always singular, no matter how big the choir is. So it takes the singular verb, is. The answer is singular. Several of the books, blank, missing. The pronoun is several, and several is always plural. It names more than one. So it takes the plural verb, are. The answer is plural. Each of the answers, blank, correct. Don't be fooled by the plural word answers right before the verb. The real subject is each, and each is always singular. So it takes the singular verb, is. The answer is singular. Let's gather up what we learned. Interrogative pronouns like who, which, and what ask questions, while relative pronouns tie a subordinate clause back to a noun. And remember, many words play both roles, so watch what the word is doing. Demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, and those, point out specific things, near or far. And indefinite pronouns name people and things in a general way, where the real skill is agreement. Some are always singular, some always plural, and a few depend on context. That's a strong lesson. I'll see you in the next one.